I'm looking for in a mortgage relationship is really a mortgage that it's got a low payment, really good terms, and it's really what I'm looking for in a relationship. Like, well, what are you looking for?
Oh, hey, Federal Reserve, can you, I'm at a speed dating thing. I'll call you later.
Yeah, I'm looking for somebody that would be in a long-term commitment, like, maybe 30 years. Oh, and somebody that shares in my interests. I mean, that's not necessarily what I was going for, but I guess I could live with that. But what more do you have to offer?
Yeah, private mortgage insurance.
And just remember, 7%, it's not that bad. Sure, you could do better,
But you could definitely do way worse.
Size matters, right? Well, do you have any other interests?
I've got lots of interests. Over 30 years, lots of interests. But, I like pretty much what every mortgage likes.
Hey, no, don't, come back. Where are you going? Hey, as you can see in this video, we are talking about the topic of interest rates. And hey, here's the deal. You can date the rate, marry the house, and we're gonna talk more about those details. I'm Jeff Packer. I'm a team leader and broker of the Packer Group. And we love creating educational content that will help you make the best real estate decision of your life. And so let's tackle the third quarter market update. Let's jump into it. So the third quarter, we saw a huge rise in interest rates, piggyback on the final end of the second quarter. Rates right now are fluctuating, somewhere in that 6.5% to 7.5% range, depending on your credit scores, down payment, and debt to income ratios, amongst other variables that are taken into consideration when you're qualifying for a mortgage. Whether you do a 15-year, 30-year, they're gonna all fluctuate on that. So with those rising interest rates, it has put a slow up big time on the real estate market. Mainly because the demand side of the equation is finally really cooling off. We've experienced for the last several years low interest rates, lower cost of homes, and all of that contributing to buyers out there in droves buying homes. We're finally seeing a slow up where most of the buyers that are in the market are people that need to buy. So people like first-time home buyers who would much rather get out of a rental situation into a home. People relocating into the area for jobs, things like that. These are the things that are now driving the buyers in the market to buy, even with these rates being higher. But here's the good news. Where do we predict rates to be heading? Well, Fannie Mae, who's one of the biggest backers of mortgages in the United States, are predicting rates in 2023 to be an average of 4.5%. So that's great news. Well, what does then this mean? Well, like I said, with existing home sales slowing up drastically, that means a lot of buyers that were once very interested in purchasing a home are now sitting on the sidelines. What are they waiting for? Well, maybe they're waiting to be in a better financial position to be able to purchase a home. So maybe they're waiting for rates to go down. Maybe they're waiting to save more money, which in the current environment with inflation is becoming challenging. But whatever the reason is, we've got a huge group of people that are now sitting on the sidelines. All of this is caused by these interest rates being higher. So the next piece of the equation is the supply side of the equation, right? So I just talked about the demand side and some of the factors impacting that. The supply side of the equation is how many homes are out there for sale right now. And here's the reality. We still are seeing the lowest amount of homes on the market. With the lowest amount of homes on the market, it creates an interesting aspect because supply is low, but so is demand. And so supply and demand both being low are creating dynamics such as we're not seeing a lot of bidding wars. And the sellers that are on the market aren't competing with a lot of people though either. And so we're seeing prices stay relatively neutral. We're not seeing a drastic decrease in pricing. But here's where the opportunities start coming in. Buyers right now have the ability to actually negotiate. As of the recording of this video, the average price to sale ratio, or what a home sold for, what it was listed at, is 99%. Now you might say 1% less, that's not a lot. Well, opposed to just back in May of this year, May of 2022, it was the highest it had been at 103% average sold price to list price. And so we are seeing now a 4% less in the sold to list price ratio. And this is where the negotiability is there. Instead of you getting into a bidding war and having to drive your price up and throw in all these other incentives, such as appraisal guarantees, waiving home inspections, and things like that, you as a buyer don't need to be doing that right now necessarily. Yes, there's still some houses that people fight over. Those are the top 1% of homes that are in desirable locations, desirable lot characteristics. The homes have been massively updated, and they're just always going to be desirable regardless of the market conditions that we're in. Those you may still see some bidding wars on, but by and large, there's a lot of really good available homes and inventory out there that one could take advantage of and not have to overbid on these homes. And so this is a key aspect to the opportunities that are there. So if you are a buyer and you were sick and tired of the type of market you were in the last couple of years where you couldn't buy a home because there was like 30 offers on it, now might be the market for you. On top of that, if you're a seller in the market, you might say, well, if there's all this negotiability, why should I sell? Well, you still have the lowest amount of competition that you've ever had as a seller. So meaning there's just not a lot of other homes for sale. So when a home is out there and it is priced right and has nice updates, there are still buyers out there for those homes. Now, the other aspect to that is kind of the predictive strategy that I'm going to lay out, where I believe that if what Fannie Mae says is true, and the rates are going to be at 4.5% on average in 2023 versus the current rates, let's just say averaging around 7% right now, there are going to be a lot of buyers, and we're already seeing this as we sit and talk with potential buyers, even within the Packer group, who are, hey, we want to put ourselves and be ready in the spring or summer to make that purchase. So a lot of people are already having the mindset, we'll wait until spring and summer. Well, if the inventories continue to stay low, and all of a sudden rates go from 7% on average down to 4.5%, you can already imagine what type of market that's going to be. It was what we experienced in 2021. Those are similar data points to 2021. And so if that's true, we could enter back into a market where buyers are having to negotiate and buyers are having to get into bidding wars and try to get their offer selected and stand out amongst several other people. And so don't be in that group of people that wait. Some people have to wait, that's fine, and we'll navigate the market next spring and summer when that time comes. But if you're in a position to be able to buy now, and the only thing keeping you from doing so is you don't love the mortgage rate right now, the reality is purchase that home now, because here's the thing, is if in 6 months, the rates do drop to that average of 4.5%, just refinance at that time, and you'll end up saving yourself so much more money in the long run. So this is the strategy and the suggestion that I have to help you, if you're a buyer, to avoid getting into a bidding war potentially in 2023. And if you're a seller, put yourself in a position where now all of a sudden you might be able to take advantage of when that market starts shifting. You could be the house that's on the market as these rates start lowering, because as these rates start lowering, I can tell you right now, the buyers will start flooding the market and your house could be the one that they flood to. So keep in mind, those are the suggestions that we have for you as far as the opportunities that this real estate market is throwing at us right now. So in conclusion, I wanna just more or less just remind people, the market's not crashing. Nothing is pointing to a 2008 all over again. So many people over the last year, 2 years, have potentially thrown out there that this is what's about to happen. And again, Fannie Mae came out and said, hey, we predict over the next year that maybe nationally we'll see the average sold price drop maybe 1.5%. So far here in the local Metro Detroit market, we haven't seen the market really adjust as far as a pricing standpoint when we look at average sold price, much more than a normal seasonal adjustment that we see this time of year. And so with that being the case, the market's not crashing, nor does it show signs that it's gonna crash. On the contrary, there shows signs of really great opportunities that could be there. And we wanna help you at the Packer Group take advantage of those opportunities. We constantly are thinking about ways in which we can better your experience as a client of ours. And we know that this is a super complicated, complex decision that you need to make, and having an opportunity free of charge to sit down with a real estate professional to be able to talk through your real estate needs so that we can help navigate this process for you is so important. And we would love to have that opportunity to do so. So please, in the description, you'll see a link to our scheduling software. You can click on that and schedule an appointment with any one of our awesome team members to be able to begin having a discussion about how we can help you move from A to B. Thanks for watching. And as always, remember, the Packer Group is the 7th best looking real estate team in Metro Detroit. We want to communicate. Thank you. We don't manifest bloopers. No, I mean, if I think of Christmas movies, I really don't think of Die Hard. That wasn't what I wanted to say. Now, do I love the movie? Absolutely. Am I, by any sense of the way, like saying that it's not a Christmas movie? No, if people want to call it a Christmas movie, I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna fight it. Thanks for watching the video to get. I'm not gonna die hard. That's what I'm trying to say. But what I will say is I enjoy the movies. I mean, Bruce Willis is a stud. Thanks for watching the video. You started laughing behind your hand. See you till next time.